Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of AskDproS Vibes. When we bring artists to the show, they could be, independent artists, or upcoming artists as well. On this show, I've got Fefe here, Fefeblanco. She's doing her thing, hustling, trying to just get her vibe out there to our audience, to our fans as well, And Fefe on this show, we always start from the beginning, which means, telling us, how your story started, for you, man, how this journey takes start. May I start with Pigeon?
Well, the story is very long, but let me just start from, let's say the very beginning, like when I was a kid. I have always been drawn to music, like anything that has to do with music, be it an instrument or radio or, anything that has anything to do with music. I want to be around it. I want to listen to it. I want to hear about it. I've just always been into it like that. So there was this particular day, I can't remember how old I was back then, but it must have been like maybe 7, 8, I'm not sure, right? But my mom asked me if I wanted to do music. Like, this, you seem to really like this thing. Are you sure?
Wow, nice.
She's like, can you actually sing or perform like in front of thousands of people, like in a stadium or something? I'm like, yes, I would love to do that, like very much. I think that day something started in me without me knowing or her knowing, right? But that from that moment, it's just always been at the back of my mind, like, I want to be a musician. This is what I want to do. Then what actually topped everything was one morning we received like a package from my uncle that lives in the UK. Like, it was a big package. Like, what's inside? We opened it and it was a Yamaha like 5 octaves keyboard.
Wow.
That was just it. So we have one in the house now.
God just answered the prayers right there.
Yeah, we have one in the house now, and like that was just the beginning of everything. I started really getting into it from then. Then for I think for a couple of years till I was actually in like university, all I used to do was just listen, maybe played keyboard, and really dance, just normal stuff that has to do with music, but still not an artist or a musician. I was just a music lover, right? Basically.
Yeah,
so,
it was just your passion. It was just a passion, yeah.
Yeah, back then, but then after I graduated, just before I graduated, okay. I met a couple of guys, right? They were not even in my school. I studied at Benson Dausa University in Edo State, Nigeria, right? So they were not in my school, but they lived in town. And they're like, we want to start a music group. Are you interested? I see you like music a lot. You're always dancing and stuff. I'm like, wow, I would, I don't mind joining your group. I did, like, at this point, we weren't even friends. I didn't know them like that. That's how crazy the story is. So, but we started the group. We recorded a bunch of songs, and actually, the studio we went to record the first song, right? They actually gave me a record deal. My first song.
Wow.
First time in the studio.
Just like that. Just like that.
Just like that.
Oh
just
my
like
God.
That. First time in the studio, first song. I didn't even know how to work.
How did you feel?
Mic or anything. It felt good, right? It was encouraging. Like, okay, there's definitely something here for you. Although that didn't really pan out well. I think I was with them for about 6 months or something, and then I'm like, because I studied law, right? I had to go to law school because I was just graduating at the time. And okay. I don't think I can focus on this right now. I have to go to law school, and figure out my life before I see if I really want to do this. So I left the group, I left the label, everything. I went to law school in Abuja. And then I was there till almost the end, right? Yeah. So like, I think it was 3 weeks or so, 3 weeks to my final bar examinations. And my friend calls me up in the morning. Actually, that morning, I was supposed to go to the court to stamp something so I could, sit for the exam. But she's like, she wants to buy a car. I have to go with her, please. She knows I like cars, so I could help her choose and everything. I'm like, okay, let's go. So we went, and this is actually a sad part of the story, but I always like to tell it because it kind of like defined my whole journey. This is what I'm about to tell you now, right? So remember, it's 3 weeks to my bar exam. I'm supposed to go do something very important. If I know I actually want to sit for this exam, I'm to go to Federal High Court that morning to get
that stuff. Yeah, sign off a stamped.
Yeah, but I chose to go with my friend to buy a car. And that's usually not me. I wouldn't. Like, normally I would do the import. I chose to go with her to buy this car, right? Right. So this is actually a sad story, but at the same time, you know, it's my journey. So I like to tell it.
Yeah, it's part of your story.
So we got the car, and on our way back, we got in a very, very bad car accident. My friend actually lost her life. That's how bad it was.
Jesus
and I
Christ.
couldn't walk.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't walk for like some time, right? I had to learn how to walk again and everything. It was really a dark time in my life. But, right, after, you know, the pain and everything I went through then, I had enough time because I couldn't go for the exam. One, I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything. I just needed to, you know, get back on my feet. That was my main goal at that time. So I had enough time to really check myself. Like, are you a musician or are you a lawyer? What are you? Now there's no noise. There's nobody calling you for anything like, oh, let's go here. Now you're alone.
It's a quiet time for you to reflect.
Yeah, you can decide now, what do you want to do? Do you want to do this law thing or do you want to be a musician? And the answer was just right there in my face because it wasn't so hard. I could tell what my passion was, what I've always been drawn to, and you know, school was just school. I was doing it because I felt like I had to please my dad, my mom, and you know, become a barrister. Everybody be like, yeah, I'm proud of you and everything. But you know, that wasn't for me. So that was where I made the decision. Like, you know what? I'm going to do this music thing. Like, no matter, I could have lost my life in that car and nobody had ever heard any of my songs, or we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Yeah,
that would have been it, man.
That would have been it. So I had to like basically, I know it's cliche, but follow my dreams. I follow my dreams, and yeah, that's how I was going.
So what did your folks say about you know going back to law school and finishing that?
Well, we kind of like for me, I had a conversation with my mom, and she was like, she knows, you know, that this is who I am. She has always known, actually. Like, this now goes back to the first conversation I told you about when I was really little. Like, she has always known, so she's not surprised that, you know, after like a traumatic experience like that, I'm choosing to follow what I'm truly passionate to. So she understood, but what we had to do was, okay, you can do music for a while, you know, just put your law thing on hold, do what you really want to do. You already have your degree, do what you really want to do. If you still feel like, okay, I want to do this law thing now, maybe later in life or whatever, you always can, right? But you won't be happy doing something that you're not passionate about, and you'll be watching people on TV do their thing and be like, oh, that could have been me, you know? So she's like, yeah, she gets it. Do your music thing, and then when you feel like you still want to do law. But my dad was like, fathers are like, never. Not my daughter, man. But must finish it. They're like, no. So that was tough. But he's also a really cool guy. He didn't force you to do anything, but he made me understand where he stood with that, which I respect. But I guess I didn't make a bad decision because things have been all right. What an amazing story, you know. To add to that, you know, I know that, you know, when we have certain passion in it, it's always good to just go with the passion, you know, because when we do something else, you know, you're not fulfilled. One, the happiness is not there, you know. You will never be satisfied, you know. Like for me, you know, like with most of my interviews, you know, podcasts and things, I always use myself as an example. You know, I have a 9-to-5 job. You know, I work in the construction industry, and some way, you know, getting in construction and finding myself, you know, do this and telling my story, sort of like, you know, expose me to the fact that, okay, Kes, you love talking to people, like you want to interview people, you know. But I think along the way, I found out that, you know, this is actually what I love doing. You know, now I don't, even if I'm not getting paid for it, you know, I just love doing it. It doesn't cost me anything. And you can't put a price on that. You can't put a price on happiness. You can't. It's true. Going back a couple of minutes ago, you spoke about, you know, having a deal and having a management as well, you know.
But do you think it's important to have like a management, in Nigerian music in the industry for you to succeed and do well?
Well, yeah, I think it's important. It depends, on the artist. Some people are very, outgoing, industrious. They can do everything basically, manage themselves, perform, even shoot their own videos. In some ways, I'm like that, right? But I can see where some people really need that help in the beginning, especially really need a team, a manager, label, the whole nine, marketer, publisher, everything. Some people really, really need that because, some of us are just good at music. We really put ourselves into, recording and writing our music that we can't find the time to even think about how these other things work, right? I was saying this recently, and somebody said, "Do you think that sounds kind of lazy?" But if you know the work that goes into actually making, let's say, an album, a classic album, right? If you really want to do that, and you're not just doing it for a bunch of people, you're doing it for the world. It takes a lot of time, right? Not something that's going to be good for 10 years and then forever. You want it to be gold, even in China, Japan, Australia. It takes a lot of time and thinking, and you can't do that and also manage yourself and also do all these things. Not like it's impossible, right? But it will just help you do things a lot faster and go a longer way, I think.
Yeah, so yeah, it will help you focus on your music more, and you just mentioned, now from what I'm seeing right now is there's a music part of it and there's a business as well, and from what you're saying, it's really hard to multitask, to put those two things together,
Yeah,
so,
it's difficult, not that it's not impossible.
Okay.
Some people are doing it. Just depends on the artist in question. Like, can you do it? There's some people that let's even take music out of it. Like, there's some people that they can have a barbering salon, they can have a car wash, they can work in an office. Like you're working in an office, you do it. Some people can do so many things at the same time. So same thing for a musician. You can be your own manager, you can shoot your own videos. Like, I do some of these things myself, but I also know that I need a team to help me work the things that I don't know how to do, and I don't have the time to learn how to do those things. So being able to advise yourself is key to, like, man, this one man live on. It's very important. Like, you can't do everything, man.
Yeah, Fefe, man, nice one, man. Having said that, I know how difficult it is. How because when you want to bring out your album or bring out a single, you have to put in all that work as well. But looking at how things are in Nigeria, in the music industry in Nigeria, was there a time where you said to yourself, do you know what? I'm not caught up for this stress, I actually want to quit this. Was there a time you ever actually thought about quitting music?
So many times, but it's not an option for me. But I like, because you see, sometimes, it's not every time you release a song that you get that response that would, it's not all the time. I've been releasing music for a while now, so I know sometimes you hit, you can hit like straight 3 times, like, oh, they're feeling, and then you put out one that you feel is bomb, but everybody's like, oh, maybe I prefer the other one. What about that your song? No, listen to this. No, that your song. And like, so I know how it is, right? So
are we Nigerian fans? Those guys, they can just jabber you easy, leave you like that, and just jump to the next person, man. Easy. I'm telling you.
And what I was trying to get to is that you spend your time to record a song, you write a song, you record it, you mix it, master it, shoot a video, maybe promote it, and then somebody's like, this one is not ready for me. Yeah, you think about quitting. You have to be strong. You have to be strong in your mind and heart. Like, okay, I'll go again. Like, I know I have something. I mean, if you like something I've done before, so definitely I can put out good music for these people. But maybe this one just isn't for them. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that can be discouraging. But you choose to do something. You gotta stick with it, man.
Yeah. Talking about sticking with it now, and I know that when we have certain passion, to feel that passion, to keep that passion going, you have to have the right state of mind as well. In doing that for you, like, I have this music passion, singing passion, and I still want to get that going. are there other things you do on the side, like side hustle, like you do a business on the side, in order for you to just make sure that that passion is still going?
Yeah, before now, I wasn't really, I was fully focused, like music. I want to really be good at this thing. But then after I started experiencing what I just explained to you, like you go through the whole nine, you spend money, and then, so I decided, okay, you know what, maybe I should look for a way to kind of like split my time so I could try doing other things as well. Right, and what that actually helped me, because I wish I did this earlier. That actually helped me, because right now I could put out music and not care too much about the outcome. I'm putting it out because the original reason, I love music, right? That's why I'm doing it. So it's not for the money as such anymore. Like before, I was like, oh more, this is not business. You buy it. Do you understand?
Yeah,
so
you got to pay.
That whole tension and everything is not there anymore. Everything's kind of like calming down. Though sometimes like it's still there, right? Especially when you hit, and then you miss it, because after it's just like you drop a song, it does well, right? Drop another song, it does well. When you want to drop the third one, you might be gingered to like, I'm going to use the best camera, I'm going to do this, because you're feeling the energy of everything, and then maybe that one and you're like, oh my god. You know what I'm saying?
That one will just give you a reality check.
You get what I'm saying? But when you're doing it in rest, because you're getting streams as money from every different place, you just don't feel the need to be all like, oh my god, this has to work. If this doesn't work, man, it's late to blah. Everything is calm, relaxed. You put out your music, they like it, cool. You don't find. That's where I'm at right now, and it's really helping me. So I have right now just 2 other businesses that are running. The third one is coming up. It's a gaming company. We create video games, apps, and stuff. So yeah.
Nice, good, man. What a way to go, man. Nice one, Well, in terms of challenges,
I like games, sir.
Yeah, it's good. In terms of challenges, and difficulties as well, what would you say has been your biggest challenge in Nigerian music industry, as a creative and as an artist as well?
My biggest challenge, I always tell people, like, it's really understanding people, dealing with people, and just making sure that everybody that's working with me or comes across me for some reason is fine and goes away with a good impression. That's really my problem, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I'm from the South. I know you're from the South too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And there's a way we are, right? Just as there's a way people from the West are, there's a way people from the North are. No, it's not nothing negative. It's just how people are, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm not in the South anymore. I'm in the West, where people behave differently. People are a bit different. This is not talked about enough, I think, in our society, right? This is not talked about enough in Nigeria. When you're like from the South and you're in the West, right, doing music especially, there's some kind of, I don't know what it is, if you call it bias, or like people just naturally moving towards what they are used to because they're from here. So you find that Yorubas tend to do better in music, or when you sing in Yoruba, it just tends to, because people, they're used to hearing that, and if we keep doing that, that's what they're used to. They don't. If somebody doesn't know about something,
I was from days of Kwamwon, because they have great Yoruba artists, in Lagos to say, So
of course, nobody's saying Yoruba music is actually sweet to sing in Yoruba. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is, just because of the way things are, right, is now, if you do a song singing in my language, for example, in Yoruba, it's like something different, and but my God, it's the language in Nigeria. Do you get what I'm saying? You do a song singing in a different language, it's like, what's this? Oh, that's nice. But it can be normal because it's our language, it's part of Nigeria. Yeah, not just necessarily how it sounds, just the fact that it's not normal to, because you can do it, right? But if you do it, you'll be on your own for a while. Not unless you put in that extra work to make it unique, right? But that's going to take a lot of your time, money, branding, and a lot to actually sell that. So that's why people go with the easy route. Like, people are already used to Yoruba music. Yoruba. So let's do that. Like, even me, I'm guilty of it. I do it too, right? Because that's what people are used to. But I just feel like I struggle with that, because sometimes I have conversations with people and I'm like, I feel like we should try, as there's so much here, we should try to sell Ijo more, more, Isoko more, all these other languages.
All these kind of languages.
But like why I say my problem with the industry is relating with people is because a lot of people don't think like me. A lot of people are okay with the way everything is, I mean, we're growing, we can all see growing signs, so that's fine. We don't have to touch all this other stuff. But I'm concerned about these other things, right? As in, if you look at my brand, from like everything about my brand, you can see that I'm not trying to be like anybody else. I'm not trying to dress like anybody else. I'm not trying to sing like anybody else, because I feel like since I'm doing that, I would encourage some other people to do it. Like, be fearless. Dress how you want to dress. Sing whatever you want to sing. Like, do whatever you want to do. Use your language. You don't have to sing Yoruba. Sometimes I do, but sometimes you just have to go with Yoruba. Understandable, but like, people just, so that's my problem. I just feel we're getting too comfortable, and what happened with dancehall might happen to Afrobeats if we're not careful. If we keep doing this thing, always singing in the same language, always singing about the same things, always singing like dancehall right now is still nice, but everybody knows that it doesn't be singing about women or singing about violence or singing this. That's it all. Like, so for head life, oh Jaja, help your people. That's it, basically. That is always a certain way.
Absolutely. But in Nigeria, to point that, in Nigeria, the kind of songs for me, my own opinion is that I see Nigeria as a place that the kind of songs that tend to grab people of vibe are the songs that someone is suffering. They are suffering, from suffer, you can't hammer money, their life can't change. I think those kind of songs kind of like, catch people. For example, I think Pisco has a song, is he Alert or something like that, Bank Alert, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And all those songs like God You Win, all those kind of songs tend to, like, people tend to relate to those kind of songs more. Do you think there's a particular reason for that?
I mean, it's not just in Nigeria, in the whole world. People like grass to grace stories. As in, people like to see people win, like, this was happening before, but now this. It makes us feel good, so that's understandable. It just, humans like that. Humans like that stuff, so I think that's why. Yeah,
nice one, Fefe, man. Nice one. You just spoke about branding now, and how you perceive yourself as being different, doing your own thing as well. In terms of branding, and standing out as well as an artist, how do you brand yourself? What makes you stand out? What makes you different from every other artist that is out there?
Well, I think first of all, I basically don't care about what people are doing. First of all, or how people are sounding, what people are talking about these days. I just do what I like, what I'm feeling, because you see, people can feel vibes, they can feel your vibration, right? So if I feel like, if I'm happy today and I choose to write a happy song, the people that are supposed to connect to, they will connect to it. That's what I believe. It's just that sometimes it might not be in the numbers, but it is for somebody out there, right? So
absolutely.
So that's what I feel. And if I feel like today I want to wear the biggest baggy jeans in this world, that's what I want to wear today. I'm going to do it and walk down the street, because that's what I want to do. Like, so every soul is on their own individual journey, right? And the fact that we're both living now in this present time, this lifetime on earth, it doesn't mean we're having the same experience. We might even be in the same, like, people that live in my estate, my complex right now, right? We might never see each other, might never cross each other's paths, but we're living in the same estate. We're not having the same experiences, right? Like, let's just take the NSAS thing that just happened recently, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure if some people tell you their experience, you be like, this same answers that passed, that happened? Really? Because some of us are living here on the island, our own was, we went there to try and support, to carry the thing, we saw things online. But do you know that there were some people claim that, bullets were flying into the stray bullets flew into their house and killed people. People had totally different experience. There was a hotel that the protest. I don't know if it's the protesters or who did that. I don't think it would be just area boys or whatever. They actually went into the hotel. Can you imagine the experience of the people that were in the hotel at that time? Their own NSAS experience is definitely different from mine. But we're both in Lagos, we're both in Nigeria. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is what I mean by each soul is on its own journey. We can be in the same place and experience things differently. So if I'm feeling like I want to dress like this or I want to be doing this, it's my individual experience. So I'm really, that's what I feel makes me different from a lot of people. The fact that I understand that, and I was studying really early before I started. So I think that's it.
Yeah, definitely. So what motivates you, to say? What gives you that inspiration, to create more and to do more as well?
I feel like there's a message that I have. I'm still in the process of delivering it. It happens like randomly. So I know I'm an artist. I know I write Afrobeat songs, but sometimes I could just write a song about life and put it out. So there's a song I wrote during the NSAS time. It's called Karma, right?
Yeah.
I didn't try to promote it or anything, but it's doing well on its own because of the message in the song. So I feel like there's something I'm actually giving to the world. So that keeps me going that, okay, one day it might actually flow and I'll write a song that would actually touch somebody and change somebody's life, make people do better and put good in the world. So I feel that's what keeps me going. The fact that I have the ability to do that. It's not every musician that can do that. Some people can, only sing about the good life, lifestyle, popping bottles or money, or even like so far, like, oh, I was broke, now I'm rich, right? Not everybody can actually pass a lasting message. So the fact that I can do that is what keeps me going. I know one day I might just write a song like We Are the World and just bust everybody's minds.
Fefe, you're right, man. I've seen that, your music has evolved, from when you released Aura to My Life, to New Money, and now you're doing Karma, and your music has really, really evolved, and I've seen that, like you say now, you're doing you're just doing yourself. You're not doing anybody else, because you're not just doing secular music, it's you're doing yourself.
I am still, but as they go, as they flow. I just go with the flow, basically. Wherever my energy is, that's where I go with, because energy doesn't lie, man.
It doesn't lie. So I can see you love your journey, you love your story so far. You're doing an amazing thing as well. If we were to go back in time, would you still do this?
Yes, I would.
Definitely.
I would.
Nice one.
Maybe there are a few things I would think I would do differently, but I might do it the same way because I don't know, man. But yes, I definitely would. Definitely.
Definitely. Nice one. Now, in terms of Nigeria, Nigeria music and the way it is with the media, radio, TV, and all that, and promoting your songs as well, because I've spoken to a lot of artists, upcoming and independent artists as well in Nigeria, and they always have this one thing. They say that the media don't help them, the radio stations don't help them, like all these OAPs, they don't play their songs and things like that, But for you, what would you? Well, you didn't even let me to laugh with the question. You already that. But for you, what is the disconnect? What is it? What is actually the problem there?
The problem is plenty. Like at the end of the day, what I say to my fellow artists that say that to me, like, oh, no support media is this is 2021 now, right? Now, right, if you know what you're doing, or you at least try to learn how to move, right? you wouldn't care about these people showing you love or support because you have the internet, and the internet is like everything. You can do everything there. You can be, if these people are not supporting you, who knows? Your fan base might be in Austria, for the love of God. We don't know. So I don't want anybody to sit back and be thinking, oh, the media could. Yes, they could, but they are not. So what are you going to do? Learn how to push yourself. Learn how to do stuff yourself. So I think, yeah, that's true. The media, they have their own. I won't say that they're completely, free on this case. They have their own issues. I think they can do better, right? With the whole paying so much for airplay, they will tell you the musicians are coming out every minute, so they can't possibly find the time to fit everybody in. That's why they create all these platforms where people get to pay to be on it. So I get it, right? I understand it, but that should be for people that are not putting out really, really, really mind-blowing songs. If a song is mind-blowing, or you can tell a song is good, right? I think you should play, because it's, play it. Do you get what I'm saying? If you want to see if people like it or not, if that's how you feel about the song, it's a different case, like, no room, they sure. But you're sure that this song, like someone puts out a song that is obviously mind-blowing, and you won't play it because you want to get paid for, I don't know. That's where I have a problem with it. But this is not for everybody. There's still some DJs, OAPs that hear songs that they like and know it's a good song and play it as they should. So kudos to people like that. But some of them, they don't want to know if you like it. Maybe get in jail, get in jail first. They don't want to hear all those ones. Just pay and okay. If you like sing nonsense, they don't care. Just as far as you're paying,
you're good.
Your record.
But for you, how do you promote your songs?
Well, first of all, I look at the song I'm trying to promote. Like, where would this do well? Will it be better on the radio, the streets, online? And from the vibe of the song, I choose where to focus on, because I don't have all the money. I'm independent right now. I have my own label and things I'm moving on. So it depends on the vibe of the song. If the song is a party song, I could choose to do clubs and streets, like Alaba, as we call it here. I could choose to do that. If it's a vibe song, but you can dance to it and it's fresh and online, if it's a chill song, you want to bump your head and listen to radio, traffic, people, you just listen to the song. If you're working with a budget, listen to your song. Don't just put it everywhere. It's get to some places and they won't even play, because that's not the vibe they're going for there. If you release a mid-tempo track and you try to push it on the streets, you definitely don't know what you're doing, right? Like, you take that to Alaba, like, make me help me push my song. They'll collect your money and everything, but it's not, even if they put it in the mix, it's just not what works there, So that's what I'll say. Listen to your track, know where to place it or what to do. So that's basically what I do. It depends on the track.
Yeah, nice one. Absolutely, man. Nice, good. Out of all the artists right there, in Nigeria right now, which of the artists would you say, not only Nigeria actually, artists around the world as well, which of the artists you say, this artist actually motivates me or pushes me to do more, which artist would that be?
In the world, you say?
In the world or in Nigeria? I know this question I asked, like, a lot of people shy away from me because they don't want to say something, and they will now, maybe they don't want to offend some people, or
me, I don't care about it. Are they concerned about offending me? I don't think so. So I don't care about that.
So which artist do you think would you say motivates you?
Well, different artists for different reasons. In the world as a whole, I'll say Chris Brown, right? Because he has mastered his art, not just singing, dancing. He paints, he shoots, he directs. I think Chris Brown, he motivates me. And for the women, Beyonce, because the same thing, she's mastered her art. If she's dancing on stage, you can see the work that went into that, what she's doing, So Beyonce for the women, Chris Brown for the men, right? Then in Nigeria, Wizkid for his music. I think Wizkid is, he's right up there. I've always liked Fefes because it's legendary. But for just the work ethic and the motivation and, everything, Davido goes hard. right? This one is not even just about the music now, just the way he moves. I think, you gotta give it to him, man. It's
there's this vibe and energy there, man.
Yeah, the energy is crazy, right? Man is going hard, and he's been doing that ever since he came out. It's not as if he got to the stage and then he relaxed like, I got it now. So
I know.
The point? No.
Ever since the days of Emma Damiduro, since those days, man.
Yeah,
he's been grinding, man.
The energy has been consistent, and that's what I want for myself. I'm sure everybody should want that for themselves. That's something to look at. Even if you're not a musician, that's something to admire. For the love of God, he has money. He doesn't need to go that hard, right? And there's some people that don't have half of what he has, and they are already like, oh, more. They don't want to move anymore. They will be pointing people to let them do things. They don't want to do anything again. Yeah. So yeah.
No stress. But out of all the artists out there, which of the artists did you say you want to, vibe with, you want to collab with?
Chris Brown.
Okay. What about back home in Nigeria? Any artist?
Wizkid or Two-Face. I'll go with Wizkid. Right now, usually it's Two-Face, but for today, Wizzy, baby.
Yeah, nice one. And another thing I'm kind of like wondering about is in Nigeria, let's use Nigeria as an example now. There's a way they see the male act, and the female act as well. For you, what do you think should happen? So because I know they are rated differently, because I can see that when it comes to like the amount of female artists they invite for shows, and the airplay as well. Why do you think there's this disconnect between the male artists and the female artists in Nigeria?
Well, I think it's just basically the way things have been and people accepting things the way they are. The same thing I was complaining about earlier is the same problem, right? When it comes to singing in different languages, people just generally go to Yoruba because that's you're sure.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Well, so female artists in the past, some of them have not really, done so much or too well like that. They just do a little, and because they are women, they get that has been happening, right? And then there's this thing, like they just think, female artists.
This mindset.
It's a female artist. But the truth is that a woman can do basically anything.
Absolutely,
anything. It just depends. If that thing wasn't there, that mindset of is a female artist, so they won't go as hard, they won't kill the show as hard as a male artist, they won't sing that. If that thing wasn't there, I'm sure more upcoming female artists will be doing a lot better. Right, because there's even with the music, right, there's already an approach that you see, right? When you like, sometimes when I'm recording like a female artist comes to the studio, and I'm recording, there's already because I'm female, I have to sing a love song it's like, auntie, calm down. It's not by that. It's not by that phone. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you need to go hard. Yes, sing the love song, but look for a balance. Do you understand? Find a balance. That mentality, I feel that's where the problem is. And that's why I like Tenny, right? She did something that I feel would change the game to an extent. There was always this mentality of female artists has to look a certain way, or else, it's not good. Even some people actually came out to say, like, she's not going to make it because she needs to do this, she needs to do that, but she made it in spite of all those things, right? That should tell everybody that some of all these things we are holding on to is not really it, man. you can
never hide the talent, man. The talent will always speak up. And she's got great. She's got great talent as well.
Of course she does. I mean, I like what she did with her whole movement. She changed a lot, and with time, people will see the effect. Maybe it's not as evident to some people now, but with time, you see people being more confident about the way they look, and whatever it is, it's like, this is me, this is my music. Is either you like it or you don't. You like it, nice. You don't, keep it pushing. Like, that would be the vibe, because that's how it should be, right? Like, I don't know, the matter too hard.
Say the matter too hard. So if I had to check your playlist right now, you know, like your songs, because every artist, you know, listens to different stuff. Apart from your own music, you know, what would I find on your playlist right now?
You find everything. Just before we started out, I was listening to a reggae playlist I created. So you have Barris Hammond, you have Elaine, you have different people, like really lovers rock reggae type people on that playlist. I have a trap playlist, I have a jazz playlist, I listen to everything basically. So you find everything in there.
Definitely, man. It's been a wonderful conversation so far, you know. But if you had to like give a message out there, you know, it could be an advice, you know, to anyone else going into recording as well, you know, become an artist as well, you know, what would you say to that person based on your experiences and how you've seen the industry and the people you've met as well, you know, what would you say to that person?
I would say, you know, if you are passionate about it, do it. By all means, do it, right? Because you'll be happy while you're doing it. But you have to come with a consistent mindset. Like, you have to be consistent at the music, consistent with your branding, consistent with everything. So you should know you're coming in like with, you know, your 2 feet in. You're coming in. There's nothing else that's going to come and take your time or anything, because for the first couple of years, you're going to need to grind, you're going to need to develop, you're going to need to, you know, connect with people and all of that. So by all means do it, but just know it's not easy, but it's worth it. Definitely worth it, because when you eventually start to, you know, see results, you'll be happy with yourself and you can look back and see all your progress, your growth and everything, and it's an amazing feeling. So I would say, yeah, go for it, but make sure you're passionate about it. If you're not passionate about it, there's no point. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, it's gotta be your passion first, man, guys. It's gotta be your passion, you know. Well, out of all the songs you've released right now, you know, in your file or your folder or whatever, you know, your catalog, you know, what songs would you say stand out, you know, for you? You know, at least a few of your songs, you know, I think I like. I actually like My Life, the rhythm and the vibe. Actually, you know, I like that song.
It's a South thing. I know why you like it. I know why you like it. I know why.
You know, so but which one would you say stands out for you?
Oh well, I think my biggest record is Baby Bad. I wouldn't say that that's my favorite, but that's the most successful one I have. So. Most of my songs that I really like, I haven't actually released them yet. So this is a very difficult question for me.
Well, you know, like, and I know you love all your songs anyway. They're like your babies, so it's cool.
Well, there's some songs I don't say that to. Some songs I don't like that they force me to release.
Are you for real?
Wow, of course. Yeah, there's a number of songs that I couldn't care less. I mean, because sometimes there's a particular case that I didn't finish recording the song. Like, it wasn't done. I was literally still recording it, and they're like, "Oh, the song is mad. We have to shoot the video now." I'm like, "Now, we shot the video and the song is out." But you know, people like it. For me, every time I listen to it, I keep hearing the backups I didn't add and the things I didn't. I'm just like, no. So that's the problem. That's the problem, man.
Yeah, but would you say would you say that's one of the problems of signing with a management or with a record label?
I mean, it's not the biggest problem. That's a good problem to have now. Like, if every other thing is fine, that's not. If every other thing is good, that's not a problem now. That's like you can't talk your way out of that. You know.
Nice one, Fefe, man. It's been nice having this conversation with you, man. It's been nice, and I see you're doing an amazing job. You're doing a great job, you know. And I know good things are going to happen. You know, things are going to open up. You know. If guys want to get in touch with you, you know, they love what you're doing, they like you, they want to hook up with you, you know, where's the best place for them to get in touch with you?
Instagram. I'm always on Instagram. I reply my messages, you know, I know it's to form all these things. So I am Fefeblanco on Instagram, on Twitter. I mean, I get that all the time. How you reply? I can't believe it's like, I saw the message.
Do you know why they're like that? Because like me, yeah, I've sent a lot of people like DMs before, just to, tell them, oh, I'm doing this, I want to kind of have you on my show, interview. I never get messages back, but I don't, in a way, I don't really blame them because they might not be managing their account. So sometimes people think that you are not the one managing your account. So when you reply, they're always surprised.
Well, most people manage their account, so at least have access to it. So I don't know about that for the excuse. But you see the thing, some people have too many followers, and then even me, sometimes I miss some messages. Like if your message has gone down, and that day I didn't just go too far. When they send you a DM and you're not following the person or whatnot, it doesn't come straight to your primary or general whatever.
Yeah.
But you have to check, right? So sometimes I check, but I don't check everything because there are many there. But I try to check as many as I can and reply to the ones that I see. You get, so if someone has like, let's say 10 million followers, you can see where the problem will be with, replying messages. By the time you reply like 50 messages, they're already like, I've done a lot. But they probably have like a good 5,000 waiting to reply to. So that's the problem. But most people from like, let's say 50K, 20K followers, 100K, 200K, even 500K followers. Come on, you saw the message, man. you saw the
It's true. I understand, man. Nice one, Fefeblanco, man. Nice one. Nice having you on the show, And I'm also grateful for the time as well. I know that right now, time, people are very busy doing their own thing, and you still choose to give me the time, I'm really grateful for that. Happy for that.
Wow, what the hell we did together.
Nice one, guys. So there you go, guys. Fefe, she came on the show now and she dropped a whole lot of bomb. Yeah. So guys, that's
it. So
Fefe,
follow me on Instagram.
Fefeblanco.
I am Fefeblanco.
Yeah, nice one. And guys, you can follow us on social medias. It's AskDproS. I'm also on YouTube as well. AskDproS Media TV. So that's it.
Yeah, nice one, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, nice one, Fefe. Nice one. Good.